Welcome to the 2019 Toronto International Film Festival. My name is Michael Lerman. I'm the co-lead on special presentations. And welcome to the world premiere of Knives Out. To begin with, I want to acknowledge that tonight's event is taking place on the treaty territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nations and the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee, the Anishinaabe, and the Huron-Wendat, and we are so thankful to be working with the community and in the community every day of every year. Thank you. This screening is also taking place in the Visa screening room at the Princess of Wales, and without Visa, we would not be able to have the Visa screening room. So can we get a round of applause for them? They've been amazing partners. I also want to remind you that this film is eligible for the Gross People's Choice Award. You can vote by going to tiff.net/vote and picking your favorite films, of which this will be one of them. And I want to, of course, thank our incredible partners at Lionsgate and Mongrel Media who bring us amazing movies every year. On a personal note, I also want to thank a gentleman named Ron Bergman who did so much to make this screening happen. It's always great to present the work of someone who we feel is a true auteur and someone who has been at TIFF many times with films like Brothers Bloom and our opening night film several years ago, Looper. Did anybody see it? This is a director who brings intelligence, wit, and sophistication to every genre that he tackles. And it was so exciting to us to hear that he's doing a straight-up mystery. And it is with great pleasure that I bring to the stage right now, Rian Johnson.
Hello! I thank you, guys. Thank you. I underestimated how slippery my shoes were. I could have killed this man. I apologize. Guys, thank you for coming. I want to thank from the bottom of my heart, Mike, Cameron, everybody at TIFF. I love this festival, and thank you guys, thank you, the audiences, because the reason I love this festival is the audiences here are the best audiences in the world. I'm just buttering you up. Are you guys ready to have fun? Are you guys ready to see an old school whodunit with a cast of movie stars? Oh, let's have a blast! I just also really quickly want to thank MRC and Lionsgate who are responsible for this movie being up here. Please, I want to thank the entire incredible cast, most of whom are here, so if you have time afterwards, stick around after the screening because we're going to do a Q&A. Other than that, am I forgetting anything? What's that? Oh, yes, I know I don't even need to say this, but we don't come out until Thanksgiving. This is a whodunit. In the words of Weird Al Yankovic, please don't reveal the secret ending to your friends. I know we're all in this together. Thank you. Other than that, guys, let's have fun. Let's watch a whodunit. See you guys after. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mike. I am going to bring out our incredible cast. There are so many of them. I'm referencing this to remember what order, because there are so many of them. Let's start with Mr. Daniel Craig. Yeah. How about Chris Evans, ladies and gentlemen?
Where have you been, Chris?
Let's all give it up for Ana de Armas, please. I like to think this is what Marta dresses like now after the movie, by the way, that she's upped her game. How about Jamie Lee Curtis? Oh my God! And, ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Toni Collette. Holy crap. Come on. Let's give it up for my brother from another mother, Don Johnson. We're almost done, I promise. Let's bring out Catherine Langford. Yeah. And then how about our favorite Nazi child, Jaden Martell? We are very lucky to have with us the very deceptively spry great Nana, Kay Callan. Give it up for her, please. All makeup. It's all makeup. One of my very dear friends, how about Noah Segan? Is Trooper Wagner. And this last man needs no introduction at all. The legend from right here, Christopher Plummer, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, how about the cast of Knives Out? Give it up one more time for all these amazing actors, please. Yeah.
So we've talked a little bit, and I've kind of been describing the movie as an Agatha Christie mystery with a Hitchcock mystery wrapped inside of it. And I was wondering where the initial kernel of an idea this came from, and also, was class always a key element of it for you?
I mean, that was kind of it. By the way, guys, thank you. That was so wonderful watching the movie with you guys. That was such an incredible experience. Thank you guys for being here. The initial kernel of it was me just loving whodunits, wanting to do something with all the pleasures of a whodunit, and also kind of agreeing with Hitchcock that the whodunit kind of all depends on one big surprise at the end, and that's not that satisfying as a movie. So coming up with an idea of, okay, what if we did kind of the Columbo thing of it starts as a whodunit, turns into a thriller once we tip our hand, but a thriller where, unlike Columbo, you're genuinely rooting for the person to get away with it, in which case the mechanics of a murder mystery become the antagonist in a way. The fact that you know the detective is going to catch her becomes kind of the bad guy. And then at the end, because I still wanted that pleasure of that library scene where the detective lays it all out, to reveal that it's been a whodunit this whole time, and the thriller was kind of misdirection. So that was kind of laid out in the most boring way possible. It's more fun to watch it in movie form.
I wanted to ask Daniel about your character creation. This is such a different character for you, and it's so distinctive, and feels like something that could be like Hercule Poirot and Carry On. So I'm curious what kind of, through other stories.
It was on the page. I worked for a long time on accents and sort of trying to figure out where he was from and all of those things. But it's Ryan's script. That's it.
No, not really.
Chris, for you, it occurs to me you're kind of the quintessential villain. You're kill you with a smile, mysterious, show up when you least expect it, when everyone else is being bad. And many of us know you as the quintessential hero. So I guess my question is, which do you prefer playing?
Well, it's just fun to play both. As an actor, I think most people up here probably are pretty mercurial by nature, so it's fun to kind of follow that appetite. And this did come to me at a time where I was looking to play something a little different, and it just, the moons aligned.
And then for Anna, I wanted to ask you, there's something amazing about this character in the way, unlike Chris's character, you are being deceptive without, unwittingly, like you didn't plan to be that way. And I was wondering kind of what your preparation was for that, and both playing both sides in it when you want to be the most honest person possible.
Well, I also have no credit for it because it was on the script. The character, she has no agenda. She's who she is, and she has a big heart, and she's just trying to protect her family, which is the most important thing for her. And she's in a very vulnerable place, but she's not someone that people can walk over. Right. So she's just defending everything she's got.
I wanted to ask the family, your dynamic is so propulsive and so careful and so, sorry, Jamie. I want to make sure I get to the audience too, but it's so carefully stitched in terms of the scripting. I wanted to ask about the rehearsal process, and were there things you learned from each other while working together? Yeah. Was there any rehearsal process? Was there anything?
No.
Was there anything that surprised you working next to each other? It's such like when you stack the deck like this, it's something very special to see on screen. So.
I think we knew we were working with something special, and we all just fully committed. And they're all such lovely, open, present actors to work with. It was a true joy, honestly. And to watch people who you hear about being serious actors pissing their pants with laughter during a take was so enjoyable.
Does anybody want to add to that?
What did you say?
I said, does anybody want to add to that? Or is that
You know, the thing about it is that I remember the first scene that I had, sort of the first big family scene up, and we launched into it, and I felt like I was huge over the top. And I went to Ryan and I said, "Was that too big?" And he goes, "No, that's perfect." And then I saw Daniel the next day doing the scene where he's calling all of us the vultures and stuff like that, and I went, "I'm good." No, it was a special relationship that we all had, and it was joyous to get to work with these fine actors.
I'm going to open it up to the audience because we only have so much time. Does anybody have any questions? Right here? Huh? So the question was, how do you chose Sweet Virginia for the final song?
Expensively is how I chose it. This was a song I had in my head for the ends from the time I was writing, and I've had that with every movie I've written. This is the first time I've actually, with the exception of Star Wars, is the first time I've actually used the song I thought would come at the end. But yeah, I felt like it was important the thing feel like it ends with a party.
Love you right back.
There's a lot of love in this house. Right there? Do you have any other culprits in mind besides Chris's character?
No, look at this guy. And everyone else is so sweet and innocent. No, not really. No. He was it from the start, yeah.
Up there?
Oh,
good. That's a good barometer.
Well, that's a hit.
Thank you very much.
So the question was for Mr. Plummer, and it was, to what do you attribute your longevity and success within the acting profession?
Well, scripts like this. The most wonderful piece of writing. It's mad, diabolic, crazed, and I loved every second of it. Congratulations, love.
There.
Come on.
So the question was, how many rewrites did you do to write a murder mystery?
Thank you. It took a bunch. Yeah, and because obviously the thing that's most difficult is simplicity and trying to get all this stuff in there and still have it kind of track or at least give the illusion of tracking. So yeah, it's just you have to just keep going over it and over it. You have to get notes from friends, and even if it's not what you want to hear, you have to listen to them and just keep going over it. But then also, honestly, once we start working with these guys, we go through it, and that's the final rewrite, is on set. If it doesn't make sense to these guys, if they don't know what they're playing or what they're saying, it's just on set, we have an open communication, and they'll tell me, and that's always the final rewrite. And we will adjust things on set and say, okay, if it doesn't make sense to them, it won't make sense to the audience. So that's always the last step as well.
Is there any improv on set?
There were some good zingers that came out on set. Yeah, one of my favorite is Toni when she's like banging on the window. I don't know if you can hear all of it, but she's screaming to Marta, "I'm not on Twitter anymore, so DM me on Instagram," which for some reason cracked me up and felt so perfect for now.
I know the thing about the throat chakra, though.
Yeah, the throat chakra. That's open your throat chakra. Catherine, you go.
I just have to put an honorable mention in for Michael Shannon. His lines with each shit were amazing and next level.
Here? So the question was, it's full of amazing characters. If there's one character other than your own
Anna's
to
part.
play.
I would have played
I
Anna's
could
part.
have
Great
played
Nana.
I could have played Jamie.
Wait, say what now?
Everybody wants to be you.
I want to be Daniel.
I got the casting all wrong with this. I'm suddenly seeing it.
Over here? So, what are you most excited about with your new production company?
Why don't you tell us about your new production company?
Also, let's take a moment.
First we've heard.
Let's take a moment to thank Rom Bergman, who is the maestro behind all it. Rom, come on out. He's a longtime producing partner. Rom and I have started a production company. We're going to start making some cool stuff. The thing I'm most excited about is making cool stuff. The thing I'm most excited about is your script. So, yeah, we want to make some cool stuff, so we're just going to dive into it and start.
Up top? So the question was, this isn't the first time you played a grandson with murderous intent to his grandfather.
The amount of times I've wanted to murder, I mean, it's just, it was easy. No, I obviously, you're talking about fierce people, right? That's a deep cut. That's a deep cut. I can't believe you're talking about that. I don't know.
It's a film savvy audience.
It's really yeah. Look, we're all trying to forget. Obviously, I've not been able to pull from any personal experience when it comes to desires of murder. I don't know if I have a clever response to the question, other than the fact that it's what Ryan asked me to do, so I did it.
And we have time for one more. I'm going to go right here.
Oh, stop it. My family's clapping. Thank you, that's very kind of you. You know, I am probably the luckiest girl in this room standing here tonight. with these beautiful people. I've never studied, and to be honest, my only goal is to tell the truth. Period. In all areas, by the way. Politically, emotionally, romantic. Like, to me, truth is art. And that's all I've ever tried to do, is just tell the truth, no matter what it is. I just need to, for 1 second, since you gave me the mic. This is the first time I've seen the movie. I think it's the first time many of us have. Rian, it's just a fantastic movie. It's a fantastic movie. And I'm thrilled and honored to be in it, part of it, and thank you for it. Thank you, thank you.
Well, on that note, I want to thank you guys so much for coming and sharing the movie with us. Please don't forget to vote. Tell everyone you know about it. Knives Out. Thank you so much.
Guys, thanks, Mike. Thank you guys again.
Mike. Thank you.